Welcome to the Forever Better Academy podcast, where you will be given the principles, tools, and techniques to reach the next stage on your journey of self-mastery. Who could you become? I'm your host, Wade Vincent. Every single one of us knows somebody that has a problem that needs to be solved, right? So we're going to jump in today about help your circle, help yourself, okay? So for those of you that are new to the podcast, thank you for being here. This is the Forever Better Academy podcast, and I am Wade Vincent, and we go through tools and techniques, principles that will help you on your journey of self-mastery to reach the next level that you can reach, right? So as I say, every single one of us knows somebody that has a problem that needs to be solved, right? So the first and often not the most obvious place to begin is exactly where we are, right? So when you're on your journey and you're developing yourself and you're learning new skills and you're learning more about who you are and who you can be and what you can do and what you can offer to others ultimately, right? Is we often believe that we have to be so much further along our path on our journey to really bring value to others, or especially that's how I felt in the beginning, is that it's often a lot of it is associated with environment, right? Like I'm where I am because of where I am, right? Now it really comes down to mindset shift. Everything begins with the belief or the commitment or the decision that we make to change our lives. And when you're in a position that is the only sort of position you know, where you currently live, where you currently are, it often is easy to confuse that with where you are in your life relative to where you want to go on your journey, right? So as I say, when I was early in my journey, I used to think about, am I capable and able to achieve the great things that I want to achieve where I am? Now, I talk about this regularly about, the importance of the circle and the people that you surround yourself with. And most certainly, we should work towards exposing ourselves to more people, greater circles, different people, so we expand our horizons and we're able to learn more about people in general, but also ourselves, and ultimately those people that we can serve and be of value to and help them as well. When you start, it's often something overlooked that ultimately the most obvious and appropriate place to start is exactly where we are, right where we are right now. So we're all on this journey because we want to better ourselves. We're trying to develop new skills. We're working on building skills that are beneficial, right? And the most beneficial skills that we can build as we go through this process are the skills that will be of benefit to those around us, right? And you don't need to look far for people that need help, right? So when we talk today about helping your circle, helping yourself. So if you have gone through the process and you're feeling confident and you're at that stage where your cup is full and you're ready to give back and you want to do something that makes an impact and a difference to other people's lives, and now you're looking, who are the people that I can help? You needn't look far, right? So all the people in your circle, if you think about when you first started your journey, right, and you've gotten yourself to a place where you've leveled up, you've learnt some things, you've changed mindset, you understand a better approach, you're better equipped to deal with life and do what you've started on your journey to do, and you're starting to make some traction, right? All the people that are in your circle that are close to you are like-minded people, right? That's where we live, we reside, and the tribes that we form are around groups of similar and like-minded people, and that's it. Almost happens by default, where we sort of fall into place of we're attracted to people that are like us. Like if you think about your closest friends, I guarantee that your top 4 or 5 friends are very much just like you are. So when you're in that circle and you've identified that you had some things that you wanted to work on, and you knew that you had the opportunity to improve upon, chances are that the people in your circle are experiencing the same thing. So very much right from that position in the very beginning, you're around people that quite likely have the same struggles and challenges that you have. And if you've understood how you can solve those problems for yourself, the next logical step is to then utilize those skills for the benefit of those around you. Okay, so when you start, and this is the key thing too, like with any endeavor that you start, right? When you're new to business, or you're creating, say, a podcast or a YouTube channel, or something that you're using as a medium to give back and take advantage of those things that you know can help other people, you're quite often going to be met with a level of resistance, because it's natural for people around you to feel a sense of angst or frustration or challenge when they see someone doing something that potentially they would like to do. Right now, I know this was the case for me when I was making music, and I was trying to establish myself as an artist, and put out music and videos and do tours, and when I was in a negative headspace, and I would watch people doing the same thing as I was trying to do, and they were succeeding, it would frustrate me. And I would be negative about it, and rather than understand that I could do exactly the same thing those guys are, I would take it as, if they're succeeding, then for some reason I can't, which is completely the wrong train of thought. There's enough success for everyone. All of us can succeed together, right? So you'll find when you start a new endeavor or a new business, as I say, and you're trying to improve yourself, and you're trying to build something, quite often you will have people or naysayers around you that will tell you that you're not good enough to do that, or why would anyone buy from you, or why do you think you can do that, or you're not qualified to do that. You have to push through that. You're going to be met with resistance, and it's really very much a way of, I like to look at it as the universe testing you. Are you really committed to this journey? Do you really want to help these people? Do you really are you really committed to this business or this idea or this venture? Right? It's part of the process. You have to go through that pain and those challenges to develop a thicker skin, and ultimately, chances are those people that are frustrated or are naysayers are likely the ones that need the help that you're potentially able to provide to them, right? So you cannot stop at the beginning because someone is frustrated that you're making moves and progressing in a positive way, right? So we go through that, and we're met with that resistance from other people, and it's something that we need to understand. It's a normal part of the process, right? And you cannot let that rub off on you, right? When you're going through that experience, it's quite easy, right, to think to yourself, yeah, I'm not good enough. I'm an imposter. Why do I believe that I can do something? What makes me qualified? I haven't studied, or I haven't gone to a school, and I don't have a degree. I never studied business. It's intent, right? None of that matters. The highest achievers and the greatest, most successful people in the world are those that take action, right? How many amazing entrepreneurs do you see? And go and look on YouTube right now, and you can find countless TED Talks or ceremonies at universities where these people are awarded honorary degrees and doctorates, it doesn't mean anything, right? It's a piece of paper. If you are committed to your vision and what you're setting out to achieve, and you go do it, who's to stop you but yourself, right? Like this is what it's all about. You don't need permission from other people to do what you want to do with your own life, right? So forget about all the qualifications and feeling like you're not worthy. If you go through something, and I want to share, this is critical, right? This is all it boils down to. If you go through something in your life and experience a challenge, a problem that you figure out how to solve, and you solve it, and the solution is repeatable for others, you are qualified to share that, and most certainly obligated to share that with others. Right? The greatest people in the world, the greatest achievers, are those that go through a struggle and come out the other side with a solution. That's ultimately all it is. Every person on this planet has a problem that a solution exists for. And if you have a solution to that problem, that's all the qualification you ever are going to need, right? So don't feel that you cannot help people around you or create a new business or deliver something new to the market because you haven't earned it or studied. You earn it by going through it and finding that answer, right? There's many ways to be educated. There's many ways to be qualified, and they don't all require you to sit in a classroom in a university. Okay, so don't forget that. Now, the key here, and this is where things have to shift. When you're on your journey of, self-development, your personal development journey, there's almost two journeys, right? The very first one is you have to go inside, ask the questions, understand what you're going through and how you fix those problems, those experiences, as I say. And once you get to a certain point, you realize you have filled your cup, right? You have to fill your own cup first before you have enough to give to others, right? That's the first part, the first half of the journey, right? So you're going through this, you're learning, you understand what you need to improve upon, you're doing all the work, you're taking action, you're helping yourself. And when you fill your cup and you realize that you've achieved and you've moved and repositioned yourself and gotten yourself where you were trying to go, and your cup starts to overflow, that's when you have to share that. And you must go on the second part of your journey really and shift your focus from the internal to the external. So now you start to see all that abundance that you have built and nourished yourself and fulfilled yourself. You start to give that to other people, right? And as I say, that immediate circle right around you is where you start. I've said it a few times on the podcast. One of my favorite sayings is start where you are with what you have and do what you can. Right? You must do something, take action. Every step is a step. You can't look for excuses or I just need to be in a different circle. Or what if, I could help people over on this side over here, or maybe I should be in a different country. There's more opportunity here. There's opportunity everywhere, and it exists right around you. It's just looking for it. Right now, I say again, and I want to stress this: if your circle is people like you, there's like 99% chance that those people have similar problems that could do with your help to solve them. Right? So you're going through this. You're taking your focus now, and you're shifting that focus to other people and how you can help those people. Now, and the most beautiful thing, right, is when you actually feel nourished and you've got enough in your cup to give to other people, the true realization comes from you can, the fastest way to help yourself is to help other people, right? And then it's wonderful when you start to see that for what it truly is, and you feel, okay, I'll tell you, when I felt angry or bitter at the external world, the world around me, and I would cast blame, right? And all the problems that I experienced came from outside rather than inside, and I didn't understand that it was me projecting onto the world, and that I actually needed to do the work on myself. When you go through that and you do all that work and you start to develop yourself and align your process and your thoughts and your actions that are beneficial, you realize that the true effort involved in that entire journey becomes for, and always was, for the benefit of others. When I become the best version of myself that I can be, I pass that on to my children. I pass that on to the relationships and experiences I have with all those people around me. When I see myself in a positive light and I feel that I can contribute and I have more to give, I feel more aligned and balanced with myself, and then I project that into the world, right? When I'm helping myself, and it's this beautiful feedback loop. Once I've helped myself, then it flows out and I help others. And when I learn to help others, I become more fulfilled again, because I'm helping myself to grow into the next level of my own self-mastery and my own journey. And bringing value to others is the most fulfilling thing that I have ever experienced in my life. And any time that I don't feel balanced or right or aligned, or I'm not sure what to do next, if I step outside of thinking about myself and then I go and focus on others and doing something that benefits them, everything becomes all right in my world again. And I feel that that's the secret. That's the key, right? It's all about becoming the best version of yourself so that it's for other people to benefit from. Right? And I guarantee you, if you talk to older friends of mine, they will tell you that I was, I'm not the greatest person to be around, and probably wasn't enjoyable to have in the circle. I know that I've come a long way, and I'm okay with that, because I had to go through that to develop into who I am today. So it's key, right? Focus on fill your cup. When you filled your cup, you can then have that overflow, that abundance, and use that to help other people. And as I say, the fastest way to help yourself is to help others. Right now, what do you do, right? What's the next step? It's easy enough for me to sit here and explain the sentiment to you, but you're here because you're looking for actionable tools and techniques, ways that you can take this on board and utilize in real scenarios how to do this. Now, the key is looking in that circle. As I say, you start with one, right? You ever heard the saying, how do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. You just have to focus with what's the most logical next step in front of where I am right now. Find one person to help. You don't start your business and you have 10,000 customers. It doesn't work that way. You have to go through testing and feedback from, does the market need what I have to offer? And you find that one person. Let's say that you have just 3 very close friends, or the 3 people in your circle. Talk to them more. Ask questions. This is the key, right? If there's one thing that I have learnt from developing my skills in sales, is you don't learn what people need by talking. You learn what people need by listening, right? So start asking questions. People will tell you. I guarantee this is the most wonderful thing when you see this in action. If you let people tell you what they need, they will tell you what they need. And when you have identified what they need, if you know how to fix that, offer the solution, right? And do it for free. Start with solving problems for people, because the power of word of mouth is far greater, especially when you're starting out, right? One, and to use the terminology customer, right? If we're taking in a business sense, right? Obviously, the ultimate goal is to develop a way to provide for yourself and your family via skills and solutions that help other people, right? That's what business is. And when you get one customer that you help, and that one customer tells another customer, they'll bring in more. And you look at it like if you take the focus, all right, this is a good way to put it. If you take the focus on the solution, money is not even an issue. It just is a byproduct, right? If you're genuinely focused and interested in and obligated to do everything you can to solve the problem that this person, your potential customer, is experiencing, the money will come. It's an afterthought, right? Because if your focus is on the money, your attention's in the wrong place. If you're focused on this, how can you put everything into solving that person's problem for them, or giving them the tools and the actions, or the solutions, or the information that they need to solve their problem, when you're distracted yourself, because your focus isn't on them, it's on the result from helping them. You're not really focused on how to solve that problem for them, right? So you go through this, right? Naturally, look within your circle, as I say, find one person within your circle that you can help. And as I said, do it for free, and do it well. Do it to the best of your ability. And when you see that worked for them, create a framework, a system. Write it down, structure it, put it in order, and refine it over time. But ultimately, you're trying to create a repeatable system that works for multiple people. And then the solution, you're selling the system, you're selling the instructions, you're selling the concepts that change people's lives for the better. And when that first person experiences the transformation that you have, they're going to tell another person, and then they're going to tell another person, and then, as I say, the money will come. But these are the first steps, right? Help your circle, help yourself. Right now, our circle may be small. As I say, you might only have a handful of close friends, or even acquaintances, people you know, people in your family. All of us have a base of people around us to some degree that we have ability to help those people, right? Now, even if they're a small number, and it's a very limited number of people, and there's a limited amount of opportunity to assist those people within you, within your circle rather, once you've helped your immediate circle, you've quantified the idea, those people within your circle, chances are that they also, have friends in a different circle. Like if you think of, like, to use the Seth Godin analogy of tribes, right? You yourself have lots of interests. We all do. You don't exist. Let's say your circle's here, right? And you're into, let's say, motorsport, right? And then there's people over here that are interested in auto electrics. those circles are not mutually exclusive. Like there's overlap. There'll be people in this circle that are into motorsport that are also in this circle that into the auto electrics, right? So you've got this small, I don't know if this works, if you can see this on the camera, but let's say that middle tiny piece, right, where there's the overlap of the people, right? So if you're in this circle here and you're helping people in your circle, and some of those people overlap into this other circle of interest, this tribe, now this is your circle, right? And it's very easy and quick for you to expand your ability to help other people because, the message will spread fast, right? Good work, authentic work, genuine work with integrity that makes a difference to people. It doesn't sort of stay quiet for long. When you make an impact on people's lives, other people are looking for what you have, right? So it's very easy to expand your circle and take those skills that you've learnt on that scale that's safe and manageable for you to develop those skills within your own circle. And then when you start to see results for those people in your proximity, then you can expand out into bigger and greater circles and opportunities to help other people. Now, helping those around you make their lives better will unintentionally do the exact same thing for you. And that's the most wonderful thing. One of the things that I've been so fascinated with on this journey and understanding and learning about myself and others and how I can bring value to other people is the more that I help other people, ultimately the more that I'm helping myself, because I'm fulfilled. I'm understanding more about my fellow man, my fellow woman, and how we think, how we interact, how we communicate. It makes life more vibrant and exciting and enjoyable because we are social creatures, right? I spent a lot of my time shying away from people, not wanting to be involved because I thought I was different. And more as I get older and I realize I'm not. We're the same. Like, of course, we all have our differences, but there's so much similarity. We have more in common than we have different. All of us have universal human experiences that we understand across different cultures and languages and genders. It's all a universal experience that we share that we can tap into and experience is better together, right? Think about any time that you've had a wonderful moment in your life on your own. It's not as fulfilling and rewarding as having that experience with other people, right? And that brings you together, that bonds you, and you get to share that with someone else that's forged in eternity with that person, so it's a moment that you share together. So helping those around you, when you give, you shall receive, right? You give first and you will get back. If you can take almost as I said, it's a two-step journey. You have to be a little bit selfish to begin with, to focus on building yourself up, and that's okay, right? You do that first, and once you've done that and you've built yourself up, then you can put that focus on others. Because if you haven't filled your cup, you don't have to give, right? So, and all this ultimately, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, when you become a contributing member of your circle or your community or your country, the true transformation and fulfillment is possible. That's what it comes down to. When you do that, you realize you're on the next step of your journey, and it's a wonderful feeling when you get to do for other people what you've managed to do for yourself. All right, guys, I thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you that spends some time with me every week to share these tools and tricks, these tips, these principles that I know have made an impact in my life. And I want for you the same wonder and joy and freedom that I've experienced from the gifts that have been shared with me. So I pass them on to you. Thank you once again. If you are on YouTube watching this now, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel to make sure that you are notified. Hit the bell icon and you will be aware of each new release that comes out on the channel. And if you're on any of the podcast streaming services, please subscribe and share with your friends. Because as I say, you know, if this helps you, the ask that I would put out there is share it with someone else you know it can help as well. All right, guys, this is Wade Vincent signing off, and I'll catch you next Friday. Bye, guys.